up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Elche in La Liga. It is the final match for Barcelona before the international break, and of course the huge month of October coming ahead for every single club in the world pretty much. This is going to be very important for Barcelona, of course, off the back of that Bayern Munich loss. A win is a must, especially against one of the worst teams currently on form in the league. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 4:15 p.m. local time, so we do have the early kickoff tomorrow in La Liga, and this match will be taking place at the Spotify Camp Nou, and the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch for the first time ever is Alejandro Muñez Ruiz, his first ever match as a referee for Barcelona, and in the VAR it will be Jose Luis Gonzalez. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table. Barcelona are currently sat in second place in La Liga on 13 points after playing 5 matches. Of course, we have 4 wins and 1 draw. Real Madrid, top of the table, have won 5 out of 5. Betis in third on 12 points. They've won after 5 games. They have 4 wins and 1 loss. And the same as Osasuna, they're all the way in 4th place. Of course, the team where Abdi is currently on loan. There's also, I believe, Athletic Club, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid, all sat on 10 points. So we do have a very small cushion, but that cushion is still there. But we want to improve that, of course, and there are some big games this weekend. Firstly, Betis will host Girona. That should be a comfortable win for them. Villarreal will host Sevilla. Big game there. And also, it's the Madrid derby this weekend. If they draw in that match, we could go top of the table, because again, our goal difference is superior to Real Madrid. If they draw that match and we win, we could go into the international break top of the table on goal difference. But of course, mentally for the players of Real Madrid and Barcelona, it will be huge. But of course, we have to do our job first. Our game is also before the Madrid derby. They play on Sunday. We're playing, of course, tomorrow morning. So big chance here for Barcelona. If Atletico Madrid can do us a favor in that match, we could be top of the table by the time the international break comes around. And if we take a look at our opponents in Elche and where they're currently standing in the league table, they are currently sat 19th place in the relegation zone in La Liga, sat on 1 point after 5 matches. They have 1 draw and 4 losses, the second worst record in the league. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Elche. Like I just mentioned, they're in the relegation zone, the second worst team in the league so far this season, and they aren't doing too well. They have been very poor. Now, last time we faced them in the league was a 2-1 win away from home last season. I think it was like near the end of the season, probably like last 10 games, actually match day 27, so the 11th last game of the season. We narrowly won this match. It was Memphis Depay, beautiful top right hand corner penalty. I still remember it. Lineup is very similar to what we're seeing right now, but of course no Dani Alves, no Pique, no Jordi Alba, no Aubameyang, and Gavi playing at left wing. A bit strange during that time. And I also want to mention the other match as well, the one at the Camp Nou where we won that match 3-2. But again, very close game. We only won the game by a 1-goal margin at home and away last season. That's something to take into account. If we take a look at Elche's last 5 matches in all competitions, in their last match they lost to Athletic Club 4-1, they lost to Villarreal 4-0, they lost to Real Sociedad 1-0, they drew 1-1 with Almira, and they lost 3-0 to Real Betis. They've managed to score only 2 goals in the past month, so the 3 matches they've managed to only Elche managed to only score 3 goals. Elche managed to only score 2. Elche have only managed to score 2 goals in their past 5 matches, and of course conceding over 10. So let's take a look at the last 3 matches, all competition, very quickly. Firstly, that 1-0 loss to Real Sociedad at home. They play their 4-4-2 system as per usual. In this match, they were doing okay at a certain point, but after of course Real Sociedad scored, they dropped off completely, and in the end couldn't break down a decent side in La Liga. Next up is that 4-0 loss to Villarreal away from home. they got absolutely destroyed. I mean, that sums it up pretty much. And the last match, of course, was at home, 4-1 loss to Athletic Club. I mean, they scored in this match at least, but again, defensively in the midfield, they were absolutely shocking. So overall, final thoughts on Elche. Look, they're second last in the relegation zone for a reason. They're not a good side, and they're coached by their manager, Francisco. I think Francisco has done okay for them in recent years. Of course, kept them up last season, but at the moment, he isn't doing too well. I'm not going to beat around the bush. But of course, on a team like Elche, there are some players to look out for. Firstly, Fernandez, their new center back signing, the Argentina center back used to play for Newcastle. He signed for them on a free deal. Keep your eyes on him. Javier Pastore, we all know the quality of him. Guti, one of the more experienced players in their midfield. Gumba, of course, what's his name? Gumbayo, whatever, that used to play for Barcelona. He does decent he's a starter for them, so you got to give him credit on that point, but he used to play for Barcelona as well. I saw him play against Bayern Leverkusen in 2016. So when a player comes back to Barcelona, it's always about revenge. Also, their striker up top, Lucas Boyé, who of course we were rumored to sign last January, but then we signed Aubameyang, want to upgrade. I'd also watch out for Roger Marti. As you all know, Roger Marti used to play for Levante, but they got relegated, so he signed with Elche. He's a very, very good striker against Barcelona. He always turns up. And last but not least, one of our boys currently out on loan, Alex Collado. Coming back to the Camp Nou, it's going to be full. Everyone's going to see your talent. That's the time you want to showcase it. But again, as a collective team, Elche are not doing too well, but again, they can rely on some individual brilliance from Collado. If they start Roger Marti, keep in mind Roger Marti at the moment is not a starter, but if they start him, I will be worried. Of course, Javier Pastore, filled with experience, this team can do some damage on their day. Of course, in the last 5 games in La Liga, has not been their day, but their day is going to come at any given moment. So Barcelona have to stay focused, win that midfield battle, create chances, and finish them as well. Don't be dwelling like Bayern Munich, 5 chances, miss them all, then they hit us on one counter-attack and they score. That's going to be catastrophic. If Elche score first, by the way, it's going to be on the ropes, because once they score first, they're going to absolutely lock it down 5-4-1. They won't let us get anywhere near the final third. So again, Elche can be threatening, but Barcelona can overpower them. Let's now take a look at the squad list. The squad list for this match has been released and confirmed by Xavi this morning. It's everyone. Everyone is included except for one player, and that is Sergi Roberto. Of course, the B players in Gavi on paper, of course, Pablo Torre, Arnau Tanaz, Alejandro Balde, and Naki Peña all make it, and every single first team player is there except for Roberto, who still apparently has discomfort. Having Miguel from AES came out saying that Sergi Roberto is not included in the squad list for tomorrow's match against Elche due to discomfort in his Achilles tendon. So that's now 3 games where Roberto's not played. He did not play against Victoria Pleasant, Cadiz, and then was in the squad list for Bayern Munich, but then was left to the stand. So very, very weird about Roberto. And also there's no official announcement from the club as well, and no one in the press conference asked Xavi about it, which for me is absolutely terrible. I don't know why no one didn't ask him about this, but anyway, squad list is there, everyone is there and included, and will be in the match tomorrow except for Roberto. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. He did his press conference this morning, of course. He's asked a lot of questions by the media. 90% of them were about Ansu Fati, but let's get and see what he had to say this morning. Started by saying that Elche's arrival that comes with urgency and that players who do a lot of damage, like Lucas Boyé. I love how he name drops him because, of course, we were linked to him back in January. The win will give us 3 vital points, and after losing in the Munich match, we want to find victory again. He was asked about the contract renewal of Gavi. Of course, official presentation was yesterday on Gavi renewal. Very happy for Gavi. It is the most important news of the week because he's a player for the present and the future. A leader, a heart with legs. He's a player capable of playing whatever you want. He is spectacular, and Gavi has matured a lot and plays fluid despite being an 18-year-old player. Then asked about Ansu Fati not being included in the Spanish national team squad list. Their squad list, I think, had Busquets, Garcia, Ferran Torres, and Jordi Alba, but the big exclusion was Ansu Fati. He was asked about this, saying, look, I hope he gets back to his best, but at the moment, I don't think he's ready for the squad. I hope in 30 days he refines his level. He is in the process of regaining his confidence. We have high expectations for him, and we hope that we achieve this with him together. But Ansu Fati currently is fine, and he's fully fit, but we are following a plan with great caution that he feels like before. Maybe it's our management's fault, but he will come in little by little, and he did make the difference, of course, against Cadiz. He has to increase intensity and pace a little bit. So he's still saying that, look, As a fact, he is still not fully fit, but there are reports coming out saying that he will start this match. He's then asked about player celebration. Now, there has been this big ruckus in the media about Vinicius and Neymar celebrating, disrespecting the opponents, and it's caused a little bit of an uproar about, oh, when should players celebrate? Can you celebrate? Are you allowed to? How should you do it? So Xavi was asked about it. He said that, look, every player celebrates to go the way they want to. When I see a player, I always celebrate with my colleagues. I like to go to my nearest teammate, but anyone can do whatever they want. So Xavi doesn't really care. He's then asked about Jordi Cruyff being promoted and renewing his contract 1 hour ago. If you didn't know, Jordi Cruyff has signed a contract with Barcelona officially as a sporting director. Originally, he was like some international areas director or something like that, but of course he was a sporting director since July the 1st, but now he is the permanent sporting director. He says, first of all, I will ask him to pay for a dinner to celebrate with him and myself. He's a very intelligent person, he knows a lot about football, and he's a very faithful and loyal person, both to me and the club as well. And we have to win tomorrow. We'll see the other results like the Madrid derby, but we are focused on having a good feeling against Elche, which we had in Munich, but we have to win. Last year we had a hard time against Elche. This is a response to a question about us being top of the league, which of course I already mentioned a few minutes ago. If Real Madrid drop points in the Madrid derby, Barcelona, if we win this match, will be top of the league for the first time since the Ernesto Valverde days. It will be good for us to have rest with the national team break coming up because we have practically not stopped playing since preseason. Of course, he said that, look, the coaching staff will have some days off, but the players are going to go out on international duty and play. He said that he's expecting around 90% of the squad to go out on international duty, with maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 players staying, of course, in Barcelona. If they do stay, they will be training, of course, week in, week out. Then asked about the Bayern Munich match, saying that, look, I'm still angry after the defeat against Bayern Munich. When you see the game and we missed chances, we know we should have won. We should have taken the 3 points, and we have to improve our effectiveness and compete better at time. Football goes on, though. Then he was asked about Barcelona possibly wearing a kit of white color for next season. He said that Barcelona wearing a white kit for next season. We have already worn white before, so it's no longer, big news to me. Besides that, it's not official. Is it? No, it's not official. So when it's official, you can ask me again. Then asked about Marcos Alonso. Said that Marcos Alonso, he played a great game. He was very good. He made good passes. He joined the attack. It was a very high level, but to have continuity this year will be very difficult. We will prioritize our physical and emotional state, and we play every 3 days. So he's saying, look, despite the fact you playing well or not, it still doesn't guarantee you starting spot, because of course he has 2 competition, Alonso, Alejandro Balde, and of course Jordi Alba, and we need to rotate. We have those players against every other 3 days. So he's saying that, look, he played well, although he still could end up getting dropped. Again, back to the Bayern Munich match, we played a good match against Bayern Munich that we imagined, and that's what we wanted. But we like the most important thing, which is of course the goal, and we made a mistake on the corner kick against an opponent like that. That took a toll on us. I talked to the whole team after the match, and we showed them the videos of their mistake. They were unhappy with their missed chances. We played well, just missing the goal in the Champions League is where you should have missed so many chances. He's then asked about Ousmane Dembele and Raphinha always interchanging winger sides in the match. Of course, Raphinha usually shots on the right, Dembele on the left, and they always end up switching. Xavi said, look, depending on how the game is going, we decide to move them, depending on how we see their markers, depending on whether or not we see them as comfortable enough or not. He said that Dembele is more comfortable on the right than he is on the left, which I think is very, very interesting. He continues on by saying that I think we can beat any team in the world, but you have to prove it. We have to capture it with goals and the scoreboard, which was not achieved against Bayern Munich. You have to convince the players that this is the way, and you don't have to give up anything whatsoever. And the final question he was asked was about Pablo Torre. As we all know, Pablo Torre is registered with the Barcelona B team, but has been training with the first team, is in the first team squad list as well. He's asked about this, said that, look, we have proposed to talk to Pablo Torre during the break. So during the international break, the club and I will decide if he goes down to Barcelona B or stays with the first team, but he needs to have minutes at some point this season, which of course I fully agree. I think he should go to Barcelona B, but we'll have to wait and see. And also he was asked about Collado. Of course, Collado out on loan at Elche, said that, look, Collado's doing well there, he's getting some minutes, got a goal and assist, and it'll be very, very interesting to see how he plays and how he performs at the Camp Nou for, of course, his actual parent club. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Elche tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup predictions. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try, and I'm going to really try to predict his lineup. It's going to be super difficult. We go through rotation, full strength. We just played Bayern Munich midweek. It's going to be an international break, but a lot of these players that are starting for Barcelona are going to be going out on international break. What is Xavi going to do? To be honest, I've got no idea. So this right here, the lineup on the screen, is an absolute complete guess. I think we'll go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Hector Bellerin, Kounde, Eric Garcia, Marcos Alonso, a midfield 3 of Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and our front 3 of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Ansu Fati. So here's my thought process. I think Xavi will rotate one player in each position, of course, besides in the defense. I think he'll do one change in defense, midfield, and attack. Firstly, in the attack, out of the two worst wingers in the Bayern Munich match, I think he will drop Raphinha. Although I disagree, we'll talk about that in my section. But I think if he's going to start a player, it will be Ansu Fati. Of course, Ferran Torres did not impress in the last two cameos off the bench against Bayern Munich and also start against Kessie. In the midfield three, I see him resting one player as well. We could see from Kessie start. I would not be surprised, but I think, of course, Frankie de Jong, this is a game that you can play him in. I think he'll take out Gavi, although he could take out Pedri as well. But I see Busquets definitely starting. In defense, I think he'll bring in Hector Bellerin and also bring in Eric Garcia. I have no idea why, but Eric Garcia, before the Bayern Munich match, did not play a single second against Victoria Pleasant or Kessie. I think Eric Garcia in the defense is a guaranteed starter. Everything else around him is question mark. He could bring back Alejandro Balde, could bring in Jordi Alba, could start Pique, would not be a surprise, but I think he'll go somewhat strong and then want to rotate later with his sub. So honestly, this lineup, big shout from me. I got no idea. There's no rumors right now. The only rumors are that, oh, some of the starters will start again from the Bayern Munich match. That's all we got right now. So we'll wait and see. But that's not, I think, that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below. What do you think Xavi will go with? Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach. And I have made two changes from my predicted lineup for Xavi. The first change is I brought in Alejandro Balde for Marcos Alonso. Look, this is not me dropping Alonso, so to speak, but this is me giving a young player an opportunity against a team that he could compete against. Of course, against Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, you could have that argument, Alonso or Balde, but I think against the lower teams, you have to give Balde the opportunity for him to grow and become a better player than Marcos Alonso. And also in the forward position, I would start Raphinha ahead of Dembele. Not because I think Dembele is bad or anything like that. Raphinha needs confidence. Again, he scored one goal so far this season. It was an open net header. Very, very lucky. He's come close a lot. I think Raphinha needs the confidence. We saw against Kessie, he came off the field. Very, very disappointed. He did start against Bayern Munich, though, and did not play very well. I will start Raphinha, give him that confidence, say, look, you gotta show me some Brazilian flair in this match. You gotta get at least a goal, or else I'll chop you off at the hour mark and bring on Ousmane Dembele. And also Dembele off the bench, if, you know, God forbid we're drawing the match or losing, will be very, very threatening. And also keep in mind on the fitness of Lewandowski, maybe even Busquets and Kounde. I would not, even Pedri as well. I would try not to play them for the full 90 minutes. But that's something that I would select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below. Would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? Look, this should be a comfortable victory for Barcelona, and that will reflect in my prediction. I'm going to Barcelona win this match by 3-0. I think this is another game where Ter Stegen needs a clean sheet. If he wants to go for the Zamora Trophy, the defense has to be strong. I think winning this match is almost guaranteed for Barcelona. Look, we could slip up, draw, worst case scenario, can't see us losing, but we have to win. International break, just against Bayern Munich, we have a very, very strong squad. We're playing well, and again, it is the Madrid derby this weekend. If we want to catch Real Madrid slipping, this is our opportunity. Of course, we could score more goals, could score less, but I think the most important thing in this match is for Barcelona to win, of course, mainly, but also, again, get that clean sheet. So overall, very, very confident Barcelona to win. I'm going to go with Barcelona to win this match by 3-0, but of course, let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. So that was my match preview for Barcelona versus Elche in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to first is your score prediction, and secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with? You're the manager. Leave me all your thoughts down below, and of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow track for the match, my match reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Nothing but the 3 points. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.